I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. Let's carry on now to page 24 of the ABRSM Grade 3 Discovering Music Theory workbook. Moving on to the final page in the subject of pitch and transposing in jumping octaves. And we're also jumping clefs. So there's nothing new here at all. We just get a little bit more opportunity to practice this skill. And exercise 8 asks us to rewrite these given notes an octave higher and the treble clef. So we may be staying from treble to treble, or we may be moving from bass to treble. So just keep an eye out on which octave we're aiming for, and it's always a good idea to keep middle C as a reference point. So we'll work through the first couple together, and then I'm hoping that you can just press pause, or by all means just press pause and go for it straight away, and we can check these answers together. So here we're going to be going from treble to treble. So jumping an octave higher is merely a process of counting 8 notes, counting the given note as 1, counting line, space, line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's literally G to G. And we know every good boy deserves football. That's F, that's G. We've literally gone an octave higher, counting 8 steps up. Again, we're going from treble to treble. So here's middle C. We're on the C, B, A, below middle C. 1, 2, 3, counting line, space, line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the A above middle C. The only way this can go wrong is if you forget to count the given note as 1. We're counting as if it's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you forget to count this as 1 and go 1, 2, you'll be a step out. That's the only thing that can go wrong if you don't count this given note as number 1. So do press pause and have a go. I'm hoping that you've done so. So let's check these remaining answers together. So here we're on the D. Here's middle C. Here's the D. We're on the D above that, and we need to go an octave higher. So we're going to need some ledger lines, and if we just count this out, we're going from treble to treble, so it's easy enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got to make sure we add the ledger lines, line, space, line, space. So there's the D. We're not quite done yet though, because it needs to be a D sharp, otherwise it's not the same pitch, an octave higher at all. Now here we're going to have to change clef, but let's figure out where we're going first of all. So here's the D, and we want an octave higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is the ledger line. There's 8. This is middle C. We were on the D below middle C, and we've gone to the D above middle C. So in the treble clef, this is middle C. We don't need the ledger line. We just need to go to this D above it. That's the same note, but in the treble clef. So now then we need to go an octave higher. This is the B below middle C. We need to go to the B above middle C. Now it'd be hard to do that with all the ledger lines here. Let's jump to treble clef straight away, and then we haven't got to worry about the ledger lines. So in the treble clef, there's middle C, and the B below that is what we're given, and now we need to jump an octave up, but we can do that easily staying in the treble clef now. So we've gone from, this is the same pitch, the B below middle C. Of course it's a flat, but we'll worry about that when we answer it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 takes us to this middle line. So we've gone from the B below middle C to the B above middle C. So there's our octave. And if we add the flat, that's exactly right. So we need to go an octave higher. Let's figure out where we're going in the bass clef first, and then we'll change it to the treble clef. So we need an octave higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 takes us to this top line. We've gone from A to A. This is the A just below middle C. C, B, A, 1, 2, 3, a third lower. And so to get this into the treble clef, C, B, A, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's the A, an octave higher in the treble clef. And finally, there's a last challenge. We get to do this in a little bit more of a lengthy format. We get a whole melody to transpose. We're asked to rewrite the melody, changing clef in this case, not here, and we're asked to write it an octave lower. So the principle remains exactly the same. However, because we've got quite a lot of notes, it's a good idea to keep track. So we carefully map out the steps and the intervals, and then we can use little reference points to double check that we're in the right place. So here we're going from treble clef. This is the C. Let's go an octave lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 takes us to middle C. And so here is middle C in the bass clef. So we've got our starting point. That's the hard work done. Now I'm not going to worry about stems because we're going to have some decisions to make about stems, and I'm just going to make sure I get the note heads in the right place first. So I'm just going to copy the blobs, as it were, and transpose the blobs as I go along, and I'm keeping every note head aligned with theirs, one, so I don't get lost, so I don't lose track where I am, and also to make sure that everything's properly spaced. So here we've got the C. Then we go down next door to the B, and then we go down again to the A. I'll worry about timing and things afterwards. Let's just concentrate on one thing at a time. Now this is the same note again. Don't need to colour that in. And then it's going to be the same note again. I'll worry about the tie later. And then it's the same note again. So this isn't too tricky just yet. Now back up a step. And so, because we've gone back up a step, we can double check that we haven't gone wrong, because they should be the same, and they are, so we know we're correct. Back up a step takes us to middle C, and that should be our starting note, which it is. So we've again done a double check. Now we're going to go up a 1, 2, 3, a third to C, D, E, so we'll have to extend with another ledger line, down a step next door to the D, down a step again, so that should take us to middle C, and that note is the same, so we've not gone wrong. Same note again, middle C, down a step is B. It's the same note position, but this time it's got a flat, and then down to the A. And if we just double check, we've done that note before, it should be the same, and it is. And now we've done all the hard work, just pop the stems in. Use a ruler by all means. Dot. I think I will just grab a ruler for this. Stems. Dot that. Just got to put these ties. Now here it's note head to note head, and because the stems are going the other way, the tie will go over the top like that, won't it? There we go. That's that one completed. And so now we have a similar scenario. We've got to go an octave lower, but this time we're going from treble to treble. So it's a little bit easier actually. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 takes us to this D. And then we're going to go down to a step to middle C sharp, back up to the D, E. So you could just sort of sketch it out, but I don't think there's any need really. We've got ourselves started. So an octave lower takes us to the D. Again, let's just worry about the blobs. We'll get the nuts and bolts in afterwards, as it were. So down a step takes us to middle C. I guess I can put the sharp in. Back up a step, so we should be back where we started. Up a step. Now it's quite a busy rhythm, so I'm keeping everything aligned with there so I don't get lost. Up a step, down a third to the E. And it's a good check because it goes from space to space, it'll go from line to line. Same note. Down a step, and we should be back where we started. See, that's the same note, so just double check. Same note head, I'll worry about the tie afterwards. Same note again, down a step, so that should be the same as this one, but without the sharp, so that's right. Middle C again. Down, it's good to just double check because it's so easy to just wander off in the wrong direction. You can end up going sort of in sort of a mirror image if you're not careful. So down again. Back up a step, so there we go, there. Same note again, this is B, down a step takes us to the A. And then same again. And now we can just tidy it up, so these are beamed together. A little bit of revision here. This is compound time. We've got 4 dotted crochet beats per bar, 4 groups of 3. We've covered this. So let's beam those together. And the beaming shows each dotted crochet beat, which is why this is on its own, because this is beat 3. And then here's beat 4, so we'll have to tie those together to show the beats, because you can't have a minim. That's not compound time here, because that would not then show the start of beat 4. However, I digress. Let's keep copying. So this is also tied. And then double check through. Let's have a last little check. Done my semiquavers. Tie. B, A, B, B, A, tied. There we go. That's that challenge completed. That's that page completed. And that's that chapter completed. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee. And for advert-free lessons, you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.